spread out with it. South Carolina.
What up? It's the one and only Danger, and I'm here chatting with Rhapsody. I'm rooted in hip hop. You know, that's where I come from. Weird thing about me that's different from Tim and a Pharrell and everybody else is I broke in pop first. So I have to backtrack into the hip hop world. But it was all, my basis, whole foundation is hip hop.
These niggas ain't cool, what they rap about, these niggas ain't.
I'm really about to go in and really focus on T.I. But I sent him some tracks just on the fly, like, yo, I got some, or whatever. I'm not allowed to go in the crib or nothing like that, but I'm just saying I'll be in the studio completely focused on T.I. and sending him tracks, and we'll be communicating however we need to communicate and work. And when I worked with Tip on the last album, I ended up with 3, but it's another 6 records that he started, you know, that he at least got a verse and a hook on, because we were just doing them so fast. That's just from being in the studio. So I'm gonna try to somehow, some way, try to recreate that magic, even though it's gonna be a distance. Whether I'm like, yo, I'm working right now, keep your phone on, I'm sending you something, send me back what you got. No, we just do it that way. I work on it, add to it, send it back to him, and you know, just that whole now I'm trying to recreate that magic. But he just works so fast. But the difference in this album now is what he told me. He was he's writing everything, because the last joint he just went in the booth and will you send whistle something, hop on the mic and just put it down, no paper nowhere around. So he's thinking about what he's saying and writing it down this time. So it's gonna take a little bit longer, but the quality of the work is gonna be phenomenal. I love rock music. I like listening to Nirvana. If I can figure out how to capture that teen spirit energy, I know I'm gonna have something monstrous on my hands. I listen to the weirdest things sometimes and find myself subliminally doing it in my music. Somebody wouldn't necessarily be listening to this French group called Air. I ride around to that, or I put my headphones on the plane and just go to sleep listening to that. Listening to some of the melodies and stuff that they do. It's great. They do whatever they want to do. So that's why I love it, because they totally let go of the boundaries of what you're supposed to do in music and do their own thing. And that's definitely my approach to making a track. You're not going to tell me what I can or cannot do. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, because in music, who's to say you're right or wrong? I bought TV on the radio one time and just rode to Virginia from Miami, and that's like a 12, 13-hour drive, and was just listening to that, and it just put me in this crazy vibe. But I like to listen to different things. Like I've been listening to a lot of Foo Fighters lately. I was listening to a lot of Coldplay before that. It's just the energy that they captured in their music that I want to bring to mine. You know, I can really work with any type of artist, and I can work with that one particular artist and have them be able to touch so many different audiences. I hate when people are stuck in a box and really just, okay, we're gonna do a 16-bar verse, we're gonna do hook 16, hook 16 on a rap record. That's usually the format. Why you can't do an 8-bar first verse, come in with a pre, you know, just a little chant, then come with a hook, then come with a 16-bar verse, then a bridge on a rap record? Who says you can't do that? So that's my whole approach to my music, and I get that inspiration all the time from listening to those type of records.
It's Britney, bitch.
It wasn't hard for me in the creative process for Britney, because I was totally left with the freedom to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do. If she felt it, she was going to ride with it. If she didn't, you could see it in her face, and she just tell you to go back to the other one. In the studio, she was dancing, laughing, you know, the whole 9 in the booth. She was just like really dancing hard in the booth. So I really could tell she was into the music, and that's all that matters. She gave the right type of energy for the record. I think think in that particular moment, I was just rooting so hard. I was just rooting. I wasn't gonna let anything negative affect me, her, or anybody around me, or anything. I was just rooting for her, regardless if it came out good or bad or whatever. It didn't bother me until way later down the line. I was like, I wish she could have really nailed that performance, because that really would have set it off. But the music spoke for itself. Regardless of the performance, it was still #1 on iTunes, top 5, Hot 100. So, and it was still banging on the radio. So it really didn't affect me because the record still did its thing. What I've done one time is I'll pull a random person in the room and say, listen to this. Never heard the song ever. They listen to it, and then I say, all right, I'm gonna come holler at you about 10 minutes. So I go back and say, sing what I just played for you. And they'll sing it back. So if I know they can remember it from hearing it one time, then I know we have a potential good record. If it just feels like when your phone is ringing and that's what's playing, it just has that feel. Like I did a track actually a few days ago that I'm like, yo, this is ringtone all day. You know, like what is it? It's just a silly little melody that catches you, and I just do those melodies and loop them and play around them and just build total songs around that melody, whether the artist is singing it or something in the track is playing that. For the most part, everything's been completely what I hear. They trust our ear and our mixes. But sometimes the labels or the artists just want something different than what you hear. Sometimes you hear it in the club and you just, man, this could have hit a little bit more harder. This could have been sticking out a little bit more. It hasn't stopped me from what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, people still come and say, I love this or I love that.
New York, time to re-up. Half a man, couple of keys up. Cost nothing to send them a cheese up.